Hey y'all, Irix Guy here, back again with another 2021 VW Jetta SEL video. Now within this video, I want to talk about would I recommend the 2021 Jetta SEL, or any Jetta for that matter. And I'm going to tell you my honest advice. I am here coming from I had a Volkswagen Passat, I had an Audi A3, my most recent vehicle was the 2020 Audi A4 Premium, which is their base model, and I only sold it because, heck, I had it for around 2 years, and the used price of it was more than I paid for it new, so why not get rid of it? And why not get rid of it and get into something just less expensive? So I got into the Jetta. Now this is the SEL. There is one trim level above this, and that is the SEL Premium, which I think adds genuine leather and some other things. But this seemed to make sense. So I feel like if you get a Jetta, you need to get you need to look at the numbers, check your credit rating and see what you can get. But look at the numbers of an S, which is their entry, their SE, and then their SEL. And I think you're probably going to find that the monthly payment, the difference is probably negligible. And if you ever decide to sell or retrade, or if you ever try to sell or trade, it may behoove you to go with the SEL like I did. That way you've got all the features. Check out my separate video where I dive into more depth as to what all's the technology in this thing is incredible. So would I recommend it? I definitely would. The Jetta, coming from those three other badge vehicles that I mentioned, badge being Volkswagen, Audi group, those three other vehicles, what do I think about this? Obviously, I've only put about 99 miles on it so far, but immediately stepping out of that 2020 Audi A4 Premium and stepping into this, from just a comfort perspective, a handling perspective, what have my observations been so far? Well, obviously the Audi A4 has more horsepower. It has more interior space. It has 0 to 60s a lot more significant. It's more of a sports car than this. But what this has at a much lower price point is a lot of the similar stuff. Again, badge is Audi, Volkswagen. So a lot of these parts, you're gonna notice the door handles, you're gonna notice the design language. A lot of it is very similar. It's, except for the rings on the front, some of the things are hard to distinguish. But that's what I wanted to talk about, is that, Audi is more of a sports car. This is more of a, hey, I don't want to spend as much. I don't necessarily need aggressive sport handling, but I want something that's German, German engineered, that still handles well, but something also that the tires may potentially last longer. I mean, potentially, and again, to be determined, but I could potentially get close to 50,000 miles out of these tires. Whereas with my Audi A4, I had around 14 or 15,000 miles on it, and it was already time for almost time for a tire replacement. So, from a financial perspective, this car makes sense, but I would definitely steer you towards, see what your number's like. I would definitely steer you towards the SEL instead of the lower S or SEs. And the reason being, where this car is ahead, in my opinion, of my 2020 Audi A4 that I just sold at a profit to get this, where this excels, the technology on this is so much more advanced. I get wireless charging. I get wireless Apple CarPlay. I get heated front and rear seats. I get a heated steering wheel. I had heated seats in the Audi A4, but I didn't have, I didn't have the heated steering wheel or the heated seats in the back. I get ambient lighting, which is super cool. Check out my video where I showcase the 2021 Jetta SEL ambient lighting. It's very cool. I know it's simple, but it's something that's cool, and you just got to sit in the car at night and play with it to really enjoy it. The features that I get, the additional tech, this has the CarNet app. The CarNet app lets me start and stop the vehicle through an app. And I've also got it paired to my Amazon Alexa. So I can say, Alexa, and then I can, give her the command, and then I can tell her to start my vehicle. And that, and that's super cool. You can also start it remotely from the, from the key fob. There's that option on the key fob. So it's got some really nice tech. The audio system is Beats audio, which, if you're not familiar with Beats was originally created, at least, by Dr. Dre. I mean, who who knows audio better than Dr. Dre, you know? So it's got a lot going for it in a small, but again, check out my other videos too, where I really take you inside and show you the space in a small yet large. I mean, you can fold the back seats down. The back seats are comfortable. I'm 6'2", I'm kind of chubby. I can sit in the back with the driver's seat in the driver's position that I use for myself, 6'2". So, you know, it is quietly packed with a lot of features that I think a lot of it kind of punches beyond the price point, which is an extreme positive. I mean, this thing, I didn't pay cash for it. I mean, I financed it. Again, rates change, and this is not financial advice, but I got like a 2.172. So I've got, my payments are next to nothing for this thing. And it handles well. Sure, when you're turning corners and all of that, it doesn't have like you feel like you're riding on rails like you get with the Audi A4 or other Audis. It's not quite to that level, but it definitely has that responsive and confident German handling. You know, not to the same degree as Audi, but it has that responsive and confident, you know, German handling feel. You feel really connected with the road, which is what I want. But most importantly, the gas mileage. I've seen already over 40 miles per gallon. That's incredible. So, you know, minimal, economical from the gas mileage perspective, economical because of the tires. All 4 tires are the same type, by the way, so you don't have to replace 2 and 2, which that's nice. It handles well. It doesn't have the horsepower of the Audi, but it's still got enough to get up and go. I could be on the highway and I can confidently pass most vehicles without breaking a sweat. Now the Audi, it was like zoom, you know, and boom, I'm gone, especially if I kicked it into sport mode. So, but this is, you know, from an aggressive driving perspective, this doesn't compete with the Audi, but it comes close enough to where I feel like I'm driving a nice vehicle. And all of the technology that's inside of this 2021 VW Jetta SEL, I mean, that makes up, in my mind, having all that additional tech, for me, you know, I'm more about the comfort of the ride and the convenience while I'm driving. That makes up for me the absence of that sports car type driving feel that I got from the Audi. So just kind of summarize with the Audi, 2020 Audi A4 Premium, which is their base model, it was a sports car. You know, I got that. I still had excellent, you know, the leather finishings in the Audi were better. The interior was a little bit nicer. But ultimately, you look at this and all the badge vehicles, Volkswagen Audi group, they're all, you'll see similar parts and similar creature comforts, and they're very similar. But, you know, the Audi definitely wins from a handling perspective, but this is not a slouch. I mean, I don't feel like I'm, you know, I don't feel like by any means that I've downgraded and I'm driving a beater. I mean, this is a great car. It looks nice. Obviously, the styling is not as aggressive as the Audi, but it, you know, I'm saying that because I just, you know, I sold the Audi, and I'm a numbers guy. You know, why would you not sell a vehicle that you've owned for around 2 years for more than you paid for it new? I mean, that was a no-brainer. So now finding a vehicle is a problem. So this one, actually, I'd been stalking the lot, and I saw a few shrink wrap. They had an SE, an SEL, and an S. And of course, I went with the SEL. And it's, again, what I would steer you towards if the numbers make sense for you, because all of that technology in there, that's going to keep you entertained while you drive the car. It's just going to add to the, you know, to the creature comfort of it. And basically also the S, for example, it's got like cloth seats, which maybe you prefer cloth seats. This has, it's a fake leather. I think they call it a leatherette. But very comfortable, very adjustable. This does not, at least I haven't found it yet, driver's seat memory. So if you're sharing it with multiple drivers, that was something the Audi A4 Premium that I had, the base model Audi, it had the driver memory. This doesn't. But I'm not going to share the vehicle with my wife anyway, so I'm the only one driving it. But yeah, so I mean, so far, you know, 99 miles into the ownership experience, I think it's a good move. It's something I would recommend. I will keep you posted. You know, I don't want to just film one of these first impression videos and be like, oh, it's the best thing in the world. I'm just saying my honest opinions, sharing my honest opinions rather, and I'll post follow-up reviews. Is there something specifically that you would like for me to address within an upcoming video, ask, and I'll try to film a video. I'm always looking for new video topics to address. But yeah, it's a great vehicle, and I think, you know, check out my other video where I go inside and show you all the little pieces, and check out my ambient lighting video for the 2021 Jetta, and I think you will have a feeling of wow, I need to get out and test drive one of those, and maybe if you can find one. I mean, right now at the time of filming this, you know, there's pretty much no new cars on the lot, so I got lucky, and again, that was one of the things that, you know, pushed me to make the perceived downgrade. But actually, I've upgraded from a miles per gallon perspective, even though the 2020 Audi A4 Premium did get good gas mileage. This gets much better gas mileage. I don't have to get new tires for the Audi, which is what I was about to have to do. So, you know, these, hopefully I'll get around 50,000 miles. I mean, I may sell or trade this vehicle before I change the tires. Who knows? You know, you never know what the market's going to bring in the next few years. But I mean, for something that is comfortable, still has that interior that feels very similar to an Audi, but the technology in this with the wireless charging mat, the wireless Apple CarPlay, the Beats audio, great job. I mean, you know, Volkswagen's really pushed it out of the park, or kicked it out of the park with this one, knocked it out of the park with this one, I should say, with all that you get in the SEL. So would I have the same opinion if I had gone with the base, with the S? Probably not, because part of what makes me like this vehicle a lot already is all the technology. But also, reassuring handling. It doesn't have, again, it doesn't have the sportiness when while you're driving it like the Audi had, but I mean, it's enough to get you around. I mean, if you're looking for a daily driver and you don't want to break the bank, this thing's hard to beat. Tell me what you think within the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe. And when you do, ring that bell icon, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. And check out all my other car review videos too. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/Irix Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.